Hey Queen, what's up girl? Welcome back to the show. I ended up taking an unplanned week off from the podcast simply because it was my 4-year-old Savvy's spring break last week. And I did have every intention on uploading episodes, but I just got so caught up in mom life and just being present and having experiences and just soaking all of that time in. And currently I do not pre-record episodes for the show. I usually will record either the day of or the night before I upload the episode for the show. So needless to say, I hope you all got a chance to catch up maybe on episodes that you had not listened to last week. You got to dive in and maybe find some new podcasts that you got to enjoy. But I am back now, and the work that I did do over this last week is so good. It's so juicy. I have so many amazing things in store for you guys coming up so soon that are going to blow your minds and explode your businesses. It's going to be incredible. You just hang on to that crown on your head, Queen, because it's about to get real wild around here. It's going to be so good. But this past week allowed me a chance to really reflect and think a lot about my business and how I operate and run my business. And I thought about how 2-3 years ago, me not uploading a podcast episode last week would have sent me down such a negative thought spiral about myself, about my business. And this time, I feel so okay about it. I know that 1 week of not having a new episode on my podcast is not going to make or break my business. I'm not going to lose listeners from it. I'm not going to have people think negatively about me. Like, none of those things are true, but those would have been thoughts that would have crossed my mind 2 or 3 years ago. And it is because of the mindset that I had around what I needed to do, who I needed to be in order to build a successful business. It comes from that hustle mentality where I just thought that if I was not working every single day, all day, that I wasn't going to ever get to the place that I wanted to be. And that is just not a belief system that I subscribe to anymore. I know that the amount of work that I do does not equal the amount of success that I can have. What I know now is the value of the work that I do equals the amount of success that I can have. The impact on the amount of work that I can do equals the amount of income that I can earn. It is not about the amount of work that you are putting in. It is about the power behind the work. That is the key. It is about the quality that you are putting out there and not the quantity. Because if I would have shown up and I would have just given you any episode just to say that I did an episode, and it wasn't an episode that was bringing you real value, and it wasn't an episode that was actually bringing impact, that wouldn't have done me any good for my business. It wouldn't have done you any good. So what I would have rather done is spend more time in the place that mattered to me this week, which was with my kids, while still showing up to serve you guys in other ways. I was still showing up in my VIP group, which if you are not in there, get your booty in right now, TiffanyWinVIP.com. So I was adding value there. I was adding value to my email subscribers. I was adding value on my Facebook and on my Instagram. So I was in other places providing value, giving quality content to you guys. It just wasn't on the podcast. And I came to the realization that it was so okay for me to not upload a new episode last week because of one thing, y'all: soul systems. When I looked at my soul systems, I got to see the whole picture of my business for the week. And I was able to see that if I just didn't do a podcast episode last week, that it wasn't going to make this huge negative impact on my overall business. I was able to see that because through my soul systems, I have a overall picture of my entire business model. So what I want to talk to you guys today about is soul systems. And it's the 4 systems that you need to have in your business, because once you have soul systems in your business, you're going to be able to have clarity over your entire game plan, roadmap for your business to get you from point A to point B, where you are right now, to where you want to be. That is exactly what soul systems are for. It's to help give you literally a roadmap to take you from where you are right now to where you want to be, step by step by step, with every activity that you need to be doing every day in your business to get there. And when you have that and you have the roadmap that is showing you every turn by turn direction for you to get from where you are to where you want to be, you're able to then look at it and see where you can take some pit stops, or you can just slow down a little bit if you need to. And without soul systems, without having this overall roadmap, this overall picture of my business, I wouldn't have been able to see that last week not doing a podcast episode was not going to kill my whole business. That it was perfectly fine for me to continue doing all the other things in my business for the week, but just hit pause, hit a rest stop on this one area while still making moves in all the other places, which still got me forward progress in my business. I still made money last week, y'all. It wasn't the fact that me not doing this podcast episode was going to kill my business, because it didn't, because I was able to still see where I could continue in other areas of my business, continue showing up and doing other activities that allowed me to still make progress, still move forward in my business. But if I didn't have soul systems, it would not have happened. The other thing is, if I didn't have soul systems last week, I probably would have gotten 1/3, 1/4 of what I got done in my business done. Because if I didn't have the play-by-play of what I needed to be doing every day in my business, when I also am home with 2 wild kids who I wanted to keep busy, I wanted to spend time with, then there is a 92% chance that I would have gotten much of anything done. I probably would have gotten the bare minimum done, if that, and probably did it while silently dying inside because of how overwhelmed I probably would have felt by feeling like I had no idea how I was going to be able to get everything done. But the step-by-step structure of soul systems allowed me to see where, hey, this one activity that I'm supposed to do today really isn't super important. I can either do it tomorrow, or I can do it next week, or I just don't need to do it at all. And that is the power of soul systems. So today I want to give you guys a little inside peek on the 4 systems that make up soul systems, how they work together to create your roadmap for your entire business, and how this is going to be a game changer if you implement this. Now, I am about to do a mini mastermind with Soul Systems. My normal Soul Systems Academy program is 12 weeks long. I'm condensing it and doing a really high-powered version of it that's only going to be for 4 weeks. We're going to meet once a week for 4 weeks. It is going to be everything you need to create your roadmap for your business to get you from point A to point B. If this is something you need, which right now, if you do not have any kind of system in your business where you can look at your day and say, these are the things I'm supposed to do today to move my business forward, then you need soul systems in your life. If you are running your business with the thoughts in your head, sister, you are leaving so much money on the table right now, because there is no way that you are getting as much as you possibly could done with the short amount of time that you have. I know you don't have a ton of time in your day to be working this business. But if you had a step-by-step roadmap, a step-by-step game plan every day that you woke up and you knew, these are the things I am doing today. This is my list of everything I'm supposed to do today. You will be able to get things done so much more efficiently, because you're no longer wasting time trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. You're no longer wasting time trying to figure out if you want to do this today or that today or this tomorrow or what's most important, or throwing random things and hoping that they work for your business. Like, it is all just laid out so beautifully for you. So if you want to join us this round, you're going to go to thetiffanywen.com/soul-systems-academy. I'm going to leave that in the show notes, so you can just go click the link and go check it out. Come sign up with us. We're starting on March 28th. So you want to get in ASAP. Again, that is thetiffanywen.com/soul-systems-academy to get in. All right, I have talked enough, and I have not even gotten to the juiciness of this episode yet. So fix that crown, queen. Take a seat on that throne. Let's dig in. Hey, queen. Welcome to the Cash In on Confidence podcast, the show for social sellers who want to make a big impact and income. We are on a mission to transform the network marketing space by challenging societal standards and industry norms. I'm Tiffany Wynn. After spending years running circles in my business, I finally ditched the grind for grace and built a multiple six-figure social selling empire. Around here, we mix faith with action to build businesses that pursue our purpose, use our gifts for glory, and align with our soul goals. If you're ready to grow against the grain and go from overwhelmed to overflowing, uncertain to unstoppable, striving to thriving, and turn that next level confidence into cash, then take a seat on that throne and fix your crown, queen, because we're about to pray, slay, and get paid. Okay, so I've done an episode on soul systems before, a couple of them actually, where I kind of dig into what the soul systems are and how you can create your own soul systems. But what I really want to focus on today is how these systems are going to help you with pretty much every struggle that you're having in your business right now. I honestly can't think of a single struggle in network marketing that you could possibly be having with your business right now that would not be resolved when you implement soul systems into your business. Soul systems will help you with your time management. It's going to help you with your organization. It's going to help you with your strategy. It's going to help you with your confidence, because you're going to start to feel so good about your business because you're going to be running it in a way that feels right for you, because the whole point of soul systems is creating systems that come from your soul, and they're not designed because they work for me. They're designed where you're going to be able to figure out what works for you. So with what most people and most coaches and most uplines and leaders do is they give you what worked for them. And they say, this is what I did. This is how I got to be successful. So here's exactly what I did. But the problem with that is everyone is different. And what worked for one person may not work for someone else. And I think that is why so many people get into this industry, get into these businesses, and they think that they're going to be so successful because they're following exactly what their upline is doing, and they see their upline being successful, and it's frustrating when they're not getting the same results. Well, no two people are going to get the same results even if they do the exact same things. And that is one of the biggest downfalls of this industry, because we preach duplication, but duplication does not work when you are looking at it from a point of view of duplicating actions. Duplication needs to come from systems. Instead of duplicating the exact same activities, the exact same actions that other people are doing, what really needs to be duplicated is the system. Because the way that I do something, if I were to go and say, you need to go live every day for 5 weeks, and you're going to have these results in your business. If I gave that assignment to 50 people, every one of those people's businesses is going to look different at the end of those 5 weeks. Even if every single one of them did it. Why? Because they all have different networks, they all have different personalities. It's going to look different for everyone. So what I want to teach you with soul systems and how this works is what you want to do is find your place in this industry. Because I truly believe that every single person that joins this business can have success if they just find out what their gifts and strengths are, instead of trying to capitalize and use what someone else has done in their business that got them success because they use their specific gifts and strengths. You need to figure out what yours are and then capitalize on that. And that is the power of soul systems. That is what soul systems gives you. So it's going to boost that confidence because you're going to be running your business in a really powerful way, specifically for you. It's going to increase your network because you're now going to have an actual game plan for how you're going to start attracting people into your network. We're not doing the whole go friend request random people. We're not going to be posting in Facebook groups and trying to hope that people see it. We're not going to be sliding in DMs with people who we haven't talked to in 15 years and being all awkward and weird and call it relationship building when really the end goal is to turn them into a customer or a team member. Like, we're going to be doing this in a super organic way. You're going to be attracting people to you. You're going to have an actual sales strategy for your business. And so you're going to actually be able to increase your sales. You're going to have an actual flow where you're going to follow that is going to help you actually build relationships with people and not the weird, inorganic, inauthentic way. It's going to be supernatural. And you're going to be able to lead people to your team in a way that where they're going to be coming to you. They're going to be begging to join your team because of the way that this system is set up and because of the flow of the systems. You guys, this system, the overall soul systems game plan, the roadmap, like, I wish you guys would just get in on this because it's so hard to explain how powerful it is unless you actually see it. So what I'm going to do is this week, if you're not in my VIP group, you got to get in there so you can actually see it. TiffanyWynvip.com. But I'm going to go live in our VIP group and I'm going to actually show you guys my soul systems so you can actually see what I mean. And you're going to be able to actually see what my soul systems look like. And I think that's going to create the, oh my gosh, I need this in my life moment. Okay, so go get in the VIP group, TiffanyWynvip.com. All right, So let's dig into each one of these systems, and I'm going to be talking about how that system works and what possible struggles you might be having in your business that system is going to help you with. Okay, so the first system that you're going to need is a personal development system. And this is what I call the shine system, because the whole concept behind it is to help you shine. And this is a part that so many people skip in their businesses. And I would venture to say that it is one of the most important parts of your business. If you are not working on yourself from the inside out, then you are not giving your business everything that you could possibly give it. You are the determining factor of how successful your business will grow to. You guys have probably heard me say this, but your belief is your lid. Your belief is the cap that you are putting on your own business. So the bigger that you grow your belief, the bigger you'll be able to grow your business. And that comes through personal development. That comes through your faith development. Reading your Bible, doing devotionals, listening to podcasts that help you expand, that help you remove blocks, that help you remove limiting beliefs, that allow you to step up a little bit more, show up a little bit more confidently, stand a little bit taller, do things a little bit bolder. And you need to have an actual game plan. You need to have an actual system for what that is going to look like for you every day in your business. Are you going to read a personal development book for 15 minutes a day? Are you going to go on a walk every morning that is going to help you decompress and set your mindset up for the day? Are you going to meditate? Are you going to read your Bible? Are you going to exercise? What are the things that you need to do to get yourself in the best place that you could possibly be mentally, physically? Because if you're physically not doing well, then your business probably isn't doing very well either. We had a podcast episode about that not too long ago. So if you're not feeling good physically, then you're probably not showing up in your business as well as you could be. So you need to have a personal development system for your business. Okay, so the next system in the core 4 is the share system. And the share system is all about sharing about your business. And what this is all about is attracting people to you. And so just like what I was talking about, this system is your lead generation system. And this is going to be what you are going to do to start to bring people to you. Instead of you going and having to friend request random people and just have this Facebook. You guys, I did it this way for so long, and I now have so many friends on my friends list on Facebook. I can't add any new friends. I have 5,000 friends on my Facebook because for so long in my business, I thought the way to grow my business was going and looking through friends you may know and friend requesting random people and just hoping and praying that that person was going to end up wanting to join my business or buy something from me. That is not the way to build a thriving business. And that becomes exhausting doing it that way. The way that you want to do it is by choosing a platform that is going to drive people to you. So choosing a platform where you're going to be able to be found by people who are looking for what it is that you have to offer. Imagine having qualified people finding you every single day, not just any random person who may not even want what you have to offer, but people who are literally looking for what it is that you have to offer, right? So for me, that is this podcast. You could have a YouTube channel, you could create a blog, but you want to have something where people are literally out there searching for what it is that you have to offer. It could also be a Pinterest that you're focusing on, but some real focus to bring cold leads straight to you. And they're going to then, if they connect with you and they feel good about what you're sharing, which some people may not. I'm sure some people listen to this podcast and they're like, not my vibe. And they click off, which is fine, because the people that stay are my people. And those are the people who I want around, right? Those are the people who I want to work with, who I want to be in the same space with. So the next part of the share system is then to take the people, you guys, once you are in this space and you are like, yes, I want more, I'm going to then drive you to a place where I'm going to be giving you even more value, which is social media. Okay, so you're going to pick a platform where you can continue to give your people value, continue to develop trust with them, continue to connect with them, right? So for me, I drive you to Instagram, right? So I tell you to come follow me on Instagram because that is a place where I really want to connect with you. For you, it might be Facebook, it might be TikTok, it might be LinkedIn, depending on who your person is and where they're probably hanging out already. You're going to send them to that space. And then the third part of this system is then to connect with them even deeper by driving them to a place where you can reach them every single day or, at least a few times a week in a more intimate space where they're going to see it. Because on social media, even if someone follows me, you may not see my stuff. But if I send you to email or a text service or something like that, you're going to see that most likely, right? You're going to actually get that email and there's a higher chance that you're going to actually open it and read it, or a text message and actually open it and read it. So now through the share system, you have a lead generation strategy that is going to bring you more leads. More people are going to find you. They're going to be more qualified, right? So if you right now are struggling with finding people who actually want what you have, if you're having a hard time finding people who actually want to join your team, you're feeling like you're talking to no one, you're feeling like nobody is interested, you feel like you're running out of people, you feel like you're constantly hunting people down to try to sell to them. If that's what you feel like right now, if you're feeling like you've been taught to go message random strangers in order to build relationships with them and it feels inauthentic, it feels weird, it feels icky to you, it doesn't have to be that way. You just need a share system. And I just gave it to you. So just set your share system up and follow through with that and watch you start to bring more people to you. Now, last week, on the VIP podcast. So if you guys are not in the Confidence Collective, that is my podcast membership where I do a weekly training session. So it's a private podcast where every week on Saturday, I upload an episode where I give them high level training. I am talking like this should be way more than it is. It's only $17 a month or $27 a month for VIP, which gets you a live Q&A coaching call with me where you can ask me anything and get on the spot coaching. I went all the way in talking about how you can up level this strategy even more by branding yourself, branding your business, and you're going to become a people magnet. People are going to be coming out of the woodworks to work with you. So if you want in on the Confidence Collective, go to thetiffanywen.com/membership. But I promise you guys, it's so good. If you send me a message, if you join this week and you send me a message on Instagram at @TiffanyWin and let me know that you want access to last week's episode, because normally when you join, you don't get access to the previous episodes that have already aired. And I'll give you this exception this one time so you can get last week's episode because it was so good and you're going to want to hear it so you can 10x the share system for your business. Promise you. And it's thetiffanywen.com/membership. Okay, so those are the first two systems. So the next system on the core four is the serve system. And the serve system is all about customer growth. So if you are feeling like you are not selling enough, if you're feeling like you're having a hard time making sales, then you need the serve system. Because the serve system is all about having a real strategy for selling. It's not just posting on social media and praying that someone is actually going to see it and then actually go buy from you. The serve system is all about serving your audience in a way that is going to bring them value, which in turn is going to make you more money. And the way that it works is in three parts. So one part is having a customer nurturing journey. And what this is it is once someone comes into your world and they like what you have, you need to have a way to bring them off to the side and really just love on that person and give them so much attention and give them a focus on what it is that you have to offer, right? Because on your social media, you might be sharing other things that really aren't specific to your offer. Well, you want to pull them to the side and give them the offer. So the way that I like to explain it is, imagine that your social media in and of itself are the windows of your store. So I know it's been a long time for me since I've been to a mall, but when you're walking through the mall, if you see something out the corner of your eye in the window that interests you and that piques your interest, what do you usually do? You usually stop and then you'll go inside of that store. Well, that's kind of the same way that your business works on social media. People are going to stop and pique interest based on what you're sharing on your social media. But now you have to get them inside of your store where you can actually sell to them, right? They're probably not going to buy from the window, right? Someone usually isn't going to see something in the window and be like, oh, let me go buy exactly that. Sometimes it happens, which is why sometimes you're probably getting a few sales from doing your business like that and running your business like that. But imagine if you had an actual way to really sell to your audience. You're going to bring them into a separate space where you're going to actually bring them into your store, right? So you're going to have some place that is your quote unquote store, right? So that could be a Facebook group. It could be a chat, a Facebook chat, a Telegram chat, but just some space. I love Facebook groups specifically just because I feel like that's kind of where people hang out anyways. But if you just created a space on Facebook or just a community and some space where you were able to really serve your people, right? Because think about your favorite stores. The best stores that I know of are the stores where I go in and I feel like I'm being served. I feel like I'm walking out with value, right? So you're going to do that for your people that come into your quote unquote store. And you're going to nurture them from the moment they walk into your store all the way until they buy something from you. And I have what is the customer nurture journey, and it is a Trello board that literally breaks down every single step of the way what you're going to do with that customer to get them to the sale. Right? So you're going to welcome them into your group when they come in. You're going to nurture them and love on them. You're going to reach out and see how you can support them once they're there. Because think about it this way. Once they've walked through the doors of your store, it is no longer this weird thing where you're hopping in people's DMs that have never raised their hand and asked for you to be in their DM. But if someone walks through the door of your store, imagine how weird it is if you just stood behind the counter and never said anything to them and expected them to walk around the store all by themselves and figure out what it is that they wanted in the store. No, you would walk up to them in your store and be like, hey, welcome in. How can I help you? What are you looking for today? What issue can I solve for you? Right? And so that is what the customer nurture journey does, is it literally walks you through step by step by step what you're going to do to be building this connection with this person who has now already raised their hand to come into your store. And so you get to build the relationship from there. So it's someone who's already expressed interest that you're able to build this relationship with, and not random strangers. Okay, that is so 2017 network marketing. It doesn't work anymore. It is not going to work if you are playing the numbers game and sliding into DMs and just crossing your fingers and hoping someone is going to be like, okay, sure. That's not going to happen very often in 2022. So you need this serve system if you want to start making more money. Okay, the other part of the serve system that is going to solve so many issues for you too, is that you're going to have a sales focused strategy. And what that is, and I've actually done an episode on this, is you want to have an actual strategy for selling. So you're not just posting and praying. You're actually going to know what you're going to do to increase your sales. So is that going to be doing parties? Is that going to be doing free challenges, which lead into a paid offer? Is that going to be doing pop-up shops? Is that going to be offering a free gift with purchase? Like, you're going to have some kind of actual strategy that is going to lead to the sale. And you're not going to just be sitting back and crossing your fingers that you're making sales. You're going to be actually out there doing the activities that is going to bring you the sales, right? So if you are feeling like you are not making the amount of money that you could be making with the amount of work that you're putting in, this is your solution. This is how you should be running your business. Like, point blank, period, y'all. Okay, so I didn't number those. The first part of that was to have a customer community. The second part of the serve system is to have a customer nurture journey. And the third part of that is to have a sales focus, right? So you need those three things in your serve system to increase your sales and to stop feeling like a creeper sliding into DMs and hoping that people will buy from you, or hoping that people will join your group, or hoping that people will speak back to you so you can lure them in to your community and eventually sell to them. Like, we're not doing that anymore, y'all. This is a much better way to run your business. And remember, because you're going to have a share system, you're going to have people who actually want what you have to offer. And you're going to have people who are constantly coming into your network. You're going to have a constant flow of new people to do this with. Right? So you're going to have new people all the time who are going to be joining your community group. You're going to have new people all the time to start the customer nurture journey with. You're going to have new people all the time to do your sales focus with. So do you see where I'm going with this? Do you see how this is crushing every single struggle that you could be having in your business right now? And it is like handing over a thriving business on a silver platter to you. Okay, so the last system of the core four is support system. And this is where the team stuff comes in. Because as you can imagine, your team is going to start to explode because of the first three systems. So now we need a game plan to help you put some systems in place to grow and continue to support your team while you are also growing your personal business. Because one of the biggest mistakes that I see leaders make with their businesses is jumping into team support too heavily before they really have built stability with their own personal businesses. So we don't want that to happen for you. We want you to have systems in place for your team that don't overwork you, that don't stress you out, that don't leave you feeling depleted, that don't leave you feeling insecure about your leadership. where you're feeling like you are giving your team all the things that they need to be successful, but you're also not jumping head first into all team things and then leaving your personal business on the back burner. Trust me, this was one of the biggest mistakes that I made in my previous company, where I built this incredible team, reached the top of the company, took my eyes off of my own business, put it solely on my team. And then as my team started to fall apart, so did my entire business, because I had nothing else built, right? I was depending on my team, and I didn't have any new people coming into my network. I didn't have any new people that I could possibly build from, because I had stopped working my personal business. And I don't want that to happen for you. I want you to be continuously growing your personal business so you can continuously have a flow until you've built this stable, wide business where you can take your hands off a little bit, because you're going to have other people on your team that are also leading this way, and you can then focus a little bit more on other things. That's one of the best things about network marketing, is that it should be something where it becomes residual for you, where you are able to build something where you can take your hands off of it a little bit. But that does not come without systems and without stability. And that is going to take a little bit of time. Okay. So the support system has 4 parts, and that is a system for onboarding, a system for team-wide support, a system for small group support, and a system for one-on-one support for your team. Right? So you need to have some kind of system for what you're going to do to onboard new people that join your team. What does that look like for you? Are you going to have a Facebook group that is specifically for new people, that has trainings in that Facebook group that people go through, and then once they've finished, then they get moved to the big team group, right? Or are you going to have just a form that you can make on Google Docs or on Canva or whatever that gives them the step-by-step of what they need to do to start their business off? Are you going to have a team call for new people that come into your team, maybe once a week or once every other week or once a month, or whatever that's going to look like for you and your business? You have to think about what's going to make the most sense for you and for your business. There are so many different ways that you can build onboarding, and it needs to be something that is you're able to do over and over and over and over again, right? So for me, when I first started, I was doing one-on-one calls with every single person that joined my team. I quickly realized that was not sustainable, because as I started to add 20, 30 new people to my team a month, that became too much, right? And so you need to think about, what is something that I can build that is not going to pull away from me, but is still going to add value to these new people that are joining my team. Right? You could also set up like a text flow through Project Broadcast or Visly, where they text a word to the phone number, and then they start getting a new text message a day that's giving them a different, step to take to build their business. Are you going to make a training using an app like Thinkific or Teachable? These are websites, but they're also apps where you can go in and you can make it like a course where there are different modules that they have to go through that has all the training, right? That pulls them off of social media and into a separate space where they can get the training there. Think about all the different ways that you could possibly train your team, and you want to have an onboarding system. Think about how much more confident you're going to feel as a leader when someone joins your team and you're able to say, awesome, I'm so excited to welcome you to my team. Here's what you're going to do first. You're going to text this word to this number. Here's your form. This is what you're going to do. You're going to go to this link, sign up, and your training is there. You're going to hop on this call with all the other new people on this date at this time, right? Like have something in place that you can actually do for every single person. It's going to take so much pressure off of your back, and you're going to be able to feel so much more confident as a leader when new people are joining your team. Okay, the next part is to have some kind of team-wide plan, right? What are you going to do to support your team-wide? Are you going to have a Facebook group where everyone on your team gets to get in there? And that's where you're posting everything. Are you going to have a Telegram chat? That's what I love the most for my team because it takes them off of social media. You can do so much with it. Are you going to have a team website? Are you going to have a team Thinkific or Teachable where you're uploading all the stuff that you want your team to know about? What are you doing for your team? Team-wide support. Are you going to have a weekly team call? Or you're going to have a monthly team call, bi-weekly? What are you doing to support your whole organization? Okay. Then you're going to have something for small groups. So for me, I have a small group for my people who are my runners, right? The people who are really working and building. But what is that going to look like? Is it going to be an ongoing thing? Or are you going to have it for 6 weeks, 9 weeks, a month? Right? Like, what does that look like for you? Is it going to be in a chat? Are y'all going to meet on Zoom once a week? What does that look like? Right? And then you're going to do the same thing for your one-on-ones. So for me, I have for my personally sponsored people are the people that I offer one-on-ones to. And those are the people that I give my link to. So I've made it so easy on myself where I have a link that I go in and I open up my account, my availability on the days that I'm able to meet with them. And I either will send that to them if they come to me asking to meet with me, or I will send them a form to fill out each week that lets them know like, hey, here's a form, fill this out if you want to meet with me. I want to know like what you want to meet about ahead of time, and then you get the link to sign up. So it takes so much pressure off of you, because once you are building a huge team, which you're about to do if you follow Soul Systems, then you are going to need some systems in place for team leadership. And you're going to be able to feel so much more confident as a leader when you have some real systems in place. And in the actual Soul Systems Academy, we dig into this so deeply. I just can't go super in detail with it now because we're almost an hour in. And I'm sure you're like, oh, your head is spinning from all of this information. But do you see how through Soul Systems, you would be able to actually build a business where you feel so good about it, right? You're going to relieve yourself of so much of the stress, the overwhelm, the struggles that you're having in your business through implementing these systems. Now, I use a Trello board to put all of my soul systems in there. So on Trello, I have a list for each day of the week, right? So I have Monday through Sunday. And then within each list, I have a card for each one of the systems. So I have a card for my Shine system, my Share system, my Serve system, and my Support system. And then for each day inside of that card, I have a checklist of the activities that I'm doing for that day. So the only card that is the exact same every day of the week is my Shine system, because that does not change. Every day I'm going to do my devotional. Every day I'm going to do some personal development. Every day I'm going to do some meditation. Every day I'm going to do my prayers, right? Like that stays the same every single day of the week. But all of the other cards look different for each day, right? So my support card, I might be doing a weekly team training on Thursdays. And so that would be on my checklist on Thursday, but every other day of the week, that would not be on there for that day, right? And so this allows you to really create a plan of action for your business. So do you guys see how at the beginning of this call, which now feels like it was so long ago, I've been talking forever, how when I said that I didn't do a podcast episode last week and it really didn't bother me, do you see why now? Do you see how I have such a strong system for my business that 1 week of no podcast isn't going to kill this monster, right? This is a freaking monster that I have created because of Soul Systems and how powerful this thing is. And there is nothing that would bring this down with 1 week of not doing a podcast episode. It's just not going to happen. And so you're able to really allow your business to become a part of your life, and it's not running your life, right? And that's what it should look like for every single one of you. So after listening to this, if you are feeling like you need Soul Systems now, you're like, holy moly, where has this been my whole life? I've been needing this. Come join the academy, this mini mastermind that I'm doing, because I promise you it's going to pay for itself. Like, it is legitimately, if you apply what you learn in these 4 weeks, this mastermind is going to pay for itself simply because of the way you're about to be running your business now. You're going to be opening up the floodgates of abundance into your business. No joke. I've seen it happen over and over and over again. So come sign up with us. Go to thetiffanywen.com/soul-systems-academy to get in. You're going to want to do that ASAP because we are starting on Monday and you need to get in before then to join this round, because there's no way you'll be able to get caught up if you miss 1 week. You will get the replays if you can't join live, but you definitely have to get in before March 28th. All right. I love you so much, Queen. I hope that this has been helpful for you. I hope that even if you don't join us in the mastermind, that you'll come into the Facebook group, TiffanyWenVIP.com, so you can see when I go live in there and see how I have my soul system set up, so you can get an idea and hopefully at least get some soul system started for yourself that is going to allow you to build your business in a more efficient way, because you deserve that. So I'm going to be going live in there this week to show you guys my soul system so you can get an idea of what that actually looks like physically and actually see it with your own eyes, so you can get like a real picture of it. So come join TiffanyWenVIP.com. And if you are like, no, ma'am, like I need you to walk me through this step by step, hold my hand in this, then you're going to come join us in the mastermind at thetiffanywen.com/soul-systems-mastermind. It's all in the show notes, y'all. I love you. I will talk to you later. Bye, Queen. Girlfriend, did you love that episode, or did you love that episode? Let me know. Take a screenshot, put it in your Instagram stories, and tag me at @TiffanyWen. The more that we can share the love of this podcast, the more women that we are going to help. And the more women that we help, the more women we're going to see walking around being audacious about their ambition and glowing unapologetically. Would that not be the kind of world that you want to live in? I know I do. So make sure you're subscribed to this show and make sure you leave me a review. Come hang out with me on Instagram in between episodes, and I will chat with you again real soon. Love you.